How you doing today? My name is Jacob Hustle Weed, and I'm your legal beagle today, whether you like it or not. All right, so this section is a long section, and it's called court-appointed lawyers, and what you should suspect, what you should hope that they do, what can they do, what can't they do, are they on your side? Because they're paid by the state. You say, well, the state's paying them, but the state's trying to fry me. Can they trust these people? And to be honest, no, you can't trust them. All right. The mere fact that they're paid by the state, you can't trust them. Now, there are certain advantages to having a court-appointed lawyer and versus a paid lawyer. All right. And that's what we're going to cover today. What are the advantages to having a court-appointed versus a paid attorney? All right. Well, there's a couple of different things I want to talk about. But first, a paid attorney, might charge you $5,000 with $500 retainer fee. All right. And he's going to want that $5,000 before trial. But he'll take your case for $500 or $1,000 down payment. Retainer fee. All right. So what happens then? You give him $1,000, you go to court, and you may go good plea bargain. You may get the case dismissed, depending on how good the attorney is. All right. But once that attorney has his money in that hand, he's already paid. So regardless of if you win or lose, the guy's already paid. All right. Now, a court appointed is appointed by the state, and every lawyer has to go through a court appointed phase fresh out of law school. They got to do so many years. They got to do pro bono every year. Every lawyer's got to do a certain amount of pro bono, court appointed, and stuff like that to maintain their law license. All right. So with the court-appointed lawyer, you have what you call LARA, License and Regulatory Affairs. And in and under LARA, LARA, they outline, all right, what's to be expected of a court-appointed lawyer, all right, and the rules that they have to follow. See, a court-appointed lawyer has to follow so many guidelines, all right? Like they have to see you within 72 hours, or at least try to make contact with you within 72 hours, all right? Another thing a court-appointed has to do is, well, they're supposed to give you a police report. All attorneys should give you a police report. And if you're having trouble getting a police report, you can write the prosecutor yourself. If you're in a situation where a court-appointed lawyer won't get you the police report or file for any motion of discovery, which is mandatory for any case, especially criminal, for that discovery to be presented to the defendant. All right. So if you're having trouble getting your police report or any discovery, all right, information, write your prosecutor. And by law, your prosecutor sends you the police report. That's number one. So with a court-appointed lawyer, I'm going to be honest, like I said, a lot of them are fresh out of law school. So they're not as seasoned as maybe another attorney or not as seasoned as a prosecutor. Okay, you got to understand, a prosecutor was a court-appointed lawyer, then started working for the state. So they already got years under their belt when it comes to practicing law. All right, so the court-appointed lawyer, if you qualify for it, won't cost you anything. All right, she said, well, you ain't making no money. No, that lawyer still has an integrity to uphold the law. Okay, regardless of what you think about him or her, or what they think about you. All right, so if a court appointed comes into your cell or comes down to your jail and pulls you out of your cell, and they're talking guidelines, get rid of the lawyer. Because you already got me convicted. You pulled me out of my cell, and here I'm trying to tell you I'm innocent. And you're already talking guidelines? Push them guidelines back at them. Because the guidelines don't mean nothing. A judge can go above and beyond or below the guidelines here in Michigan under Lockridge based on the severity or the non-severity of the case. I've had instances where judges go under the guidelines because the case really wasn't that serious. All right. Now that rarely happens, but I've had it happen. I've seen it happen too. So what do you do if your court appointed is misrepresenting you? There's a couple things you can do. First thing you want to do, if you feel like you're getting misrepresented or prejudiced against your court-appointed lawyer or from your court-appointed lawyer, is write your judge. Next time you go in front of that judge, bring up the issues on record. Don't tell your court-appointed lawyer you're going to fire him. Tell the judge you want to fire him. You tell your court-appointed, well, they're going to go back there and tell the judge, they already talked to the judge, get in here. No, if you're going to fire your lawyer, you have to do it on record, and you have to tell the judge. All right? And you can't just fire him. You got to give him a reason. All right? Now, you say, well, I request a different counsel. Okay, well, you're going to have to give a reason. Why he ain't give me my police report? Well, they're going to give that attorney time to rectify the problem. You understand? So if you are having issues with the court appointment, bring it up in front of the judge at your not your arraignment, but at your pre-exam or your exam or your case conference or your status conference. All these court dates coming up. Bring it to your judge's attention. And then if the things aren't fixed, all right, tell them again. And you say, well, they're not getting rid of my lawyers. They ain't going to give me no new lawyer, right? Well, then you want to write LARA, LARA, License and Regulatory Affairs for Indigent Defense Counsel. Get their bar number and get their name and write them a letter. And I guarantee you, you're going to start seeing results. My name is Jacob Hustle-Weed. Don't be fooled. Don't be bamboozled. It's your life, not your lawyer's life. Know that.